Hi, in this video we're going to cover the development of the piano and the texture used in our third set work, Chopin's Raindrop Prelude. The first pianos were made almost entirely from wood. The main problem that faced piano makers in those days was how to build a frame that could withstand the extreme forces acted on it by the constant pull of the strings. Then came the Industrial Revolution, where we see iron become the material of choice for practically everything, from bridges to skyscrapers. So piano makers replaced wood with iron to build the internal frame of the piano. This was much stronger and led to a number of developments. The piano changed shape and grew larger, with strings that were longer, thicker and stronger, and were put under higher tension. This made the instrument much more powerful and allowed the musician to play with much greater dynamic range. As well as growing in size, the number of keys on the piano also increased, giving a greater pitch range. The wooden hammers that strike the strings as the key is pressed was covered by a soft felt instead of the leather that was used up until that point. This gave a much fuller and more rounded tone. Piano makers also developed the sustain pedal and the soft pedal, which are still features of pianos today. This set work is a prelude written for just one instrument, but the piano is such a versatile instrument that Chopin is able to get a whole range of different textures out of it. Variations in texture is one of the ways that Chopin is able to create contrast between the A and the B sections of the prelude. But one thing that remains constant throughout is the use of a pedal note, and it's this that creates the effect of falling raindrops. In section A, the melody is played by the right hand higher up on the piano, with the left hand playing a simple broken chord accompaniment and incorporating that pedal note. The technical term for the texture here is homophonic, because we have a melody with chords. In section B, the melody and the accompaniment switch hands, so now the left hand plays the melody and the right hand plays the accompaniment with that same pedal note as before. Section B builds and builds as the rain gets stronger and turns into a storm. As this happens, both hands begin playing octaves, with the right hand playing that pedal note in octaves and the left hand playing the melody in octaves. The second time through section A ends with an unexpected halt where it moves into the codetta. At this point we hear a single melody line played by the right hand with no accompaniment, and so the texture here is monophonic. This lasts for 2 bars and then the music returns to the familiar homophonic melody and accompaniment, gradually dying out to the end. So let's take a closer look at the structure of this set work. In section A, the melody is in the right hand and the left hand plays the pedal with some broken chords. The prelude is almost entirely homophonic, which means melody with chords. Also playing throughout this piece is a repeated note called a pedal. Now, a very important performance technique is used throughout the whole piece, and yet it's not explicitly marked on the score. If you listen carefully, you'll notice that the tempo is not rigidly fixed. In fact, the pianist keeps slowing down in certain places, and this is to add expression to the music. This performance technique is called rubato. In section B, the melody and accompaniment switch hands. The right hand takes the role of playing the pedal note, and the melody now is in the left hand. As the storm builds, the right hand begins playing the pedal note in octaves. The music continues to grow in intensity as the left hand here also plays octaves. The melody and accompaniment switch back to their original configuration here, with the melody in the right hand and the pedal in the left hand. We then have a single melody line on its own for 2 bars in the right hand, and this texture is monophonic. The music then returns to a homophonic texture and then dies away for the final few bars. Okay, that should be all the detail you need on the piano and texture in this set work. Thanks for liking and commenting on this video, and click on that subscribe button below. Bye!